Sometimes us as human beings, we excel at different things more so than others. Some of us are more intelligent than others. However, on the other side of things, some of us are better with our hands than others. Every human being, no matter who you are, you may not realize it, but you have a special talent. You just haven't tapped into that quite yet. And when it comes to the aspect of learning, some of us are quicker than others. And some of us have to work twice as hard to get to the same path in the road as the former. And for one, Linda Sue McDaniel, she was riding that same train that a lot of us ride. Her sister was smart, intelligent. Things came pretty quickly to her. Linda, not so much. She had to work harder to achieve the same goals that her sister would have. And as a child, Linda, she knew of a few things in her life that she wanted to do. She wanted to have children of her own. She wanted to get married, all of that good stuff. And she wanted to become a teacher. And to become a teacher, of course, you got to go to school. And now she's gonna really have to bust her behind to get ahead to reach the goals that she wants to reach. And Linda would do just that. So after graduating high school, she attended Purdue University here in Indiana. And while she was attending the university, she had a part-time job at Sears Automotive. And after she graduated from Purdue with her degree, she still kept that job for about a year until she found the job of her dreams. And that job was working at an elementary school, Maplewood Elementary, not very far from where she lived at in this apartment complex. We're gonna go to Thursday, December 1st, 1977. Now it's about 8 o'clock in the morning and school is about to start. Except for Miss McDaniel is not in her classroom like she normally is. She's a new hire, and as a new hire, you have to prove your worth. So she's not gonna be the type to ever show up late. She's very punctual and she's very on time. She takes her job very seriously, like anybody in her position would. So the principal of the school, you know, she's looking at her watch and she's like, okay, where's Linda? So she calls Linda's apartment and the phone just continuously rings. Nobody's picking it up. So the principal then calls Linda's aunt, who also used to be a principal of an area elementary school. So she calls the aunt and she says, hey, Linda's not answering her phone and class has already started. We had to get a substitute teacher into the room until she arrives. And her aunt doesn't know her to be late, but you know, maybe she overslept, who knows. So the aunt calls Linda's phone. She gets the same thing, several rings, nobody's picking up the phone. So she gets in her car and she starts heading towards Linda's apartment. So her aunt pulls into this complex, drives down this road right here, and she parks somewhere over down by where the flags are flying. She goes up to Linda's apartment and she knocks on the door. She waits. She expects Linda to probably wake up and say, oh my God, I'm late. No answer. She's knocking for a good 5 or 10 minutes and nobody's answering the door. So she finally goes to the apartment manager's office and says, I'm Linda's aunt. She hasn't shown up for work and she's not answering her phone. Can we please go into her apartment, make sure that she's okay? So Linda's aunt with the maintenance man and the manager, they come from this leasing office right here and they make a very short walk to 5923, this building right in front of us. It would have been at least a 1 minute walk, if that. So as they're walking, the maintenance guy, he has the key, so he knocks on the door and says, maintenance. There's no answer. They make their way into the apartment. They're calling out Linda. They go into the bedroom, she's not there. They go to the bathroom door and they try to open it, and it's locked. The maintenance man makes his way, pries the door open to the bathroom, and in the bathtub, in a kneeling in a bent kneeling position, is Linda, dead in the bathtub, completely nude except she was wearing her underwear. Her face was down in the bathtub in about 8 inches of water, with her hands tied behind her back with some kind of Christmas ribbon. Can you imagine to see a little girl grow up and realize her hopes and her dreams? Your niece that you held as a baby, and now you see her in a very vulnerable and disgusting position, dead, posed, for people to see her like that. Absolutely terrible. The last person to speak to Linda was the previous night of her murder. She was talking to a girlfriend of hers, and Linda was telling this woman about a man that she had previously went out on a date with. And according to her friend, she said, and I don't know if she used these exact words, but she said that the guy assaulted her. I don't know if this was a verbal assault or a physical assault, or maybe he grabbed her, got angry with her. I don't know. So she told her girlfriend that he was coming over to apologize, and her friend told her, don't let that guy in. Don't let him in your apartment. And she told her not to worry, that everything was going to be fine. We do not know the name of that person that was set to go to Linda's apartment to apologize. We can only assume, bare minimum, that this man is definitely, bare minimum, a person of interest in this matter, and more than likely the one responsible for her murder. Ever since she was a little girl, she knew she wanted to do two things. She wanted to have her own children, and she wanted to teach them as well. And those dreams were shattered, destroyed by a dastardly fiend who 47 years later is still out there. And this murder still remains unsolved.